Welcome to geometry once again, people. So, today you're going to hear my voice again, Mr. Jimenez, and we're going to be talking about something really important that comes up in geometry and you've seen before. So, we have four types of different transformations. Transformations are just turns, reflections, we have translations, rotations, dilations, and a reflection, okay? And a translation is simply taking a figure, here you see the blue figure, and moving it in a certain direction. And here you end up with the red figure after a translation. Now you have a rotation. Well, that's just a turn. Here you start with the blue figure and you move it over to the red figure. That's all a rotation is. It's a turn. Notice how what happened from the blue to the red. Finally, you have a dilation, which notice what's happening on the two. One is bigger than the other one. The blue is the original, and you move to the red and you get smaller. Well, how does that happen? Well, intriguing. That's what we'll find out later on. Now you have a reflection. Reflection is you have this line here which sort of looks like a mirror, acts like a mirror. And so here's the blue, and so when you reflect across, you end up with the red. Notice this point can be found over here. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you see yourself opposite. You don't really see yourself the same. And so we're going to be talking as it refers to rigid motions. And rigid motions are just transformations. Remember, there are four transformations that preserve length and angles. So if you're looking at these four transformations, which one of them preserves lengths and angles? In other words, same size and same shape. I've been talking about blue and red. But really, these are called images and pre-images. Notice the image is the final shape and position of the object. So in this case, is the red or the blue the image? Now, the pre-image is the original shape of the object. Okay? So which one here is the image and which is the pre-image? Okay? I'm going to say that blue is the original shape. If blue is the original shape, then is it the image or the pre-image? That's up to you. Make sure that you're writing these on your vocab section. And let's move on, because today in class we're going to be talking about rotations. That's one of the transformations or one of the rigid motions. So a rotation is just a turn that we spoke about. So here's the original, and here you're moving on to the one that was transformed. Usually, you will have an angle of rotation. In this case, it's 60 degrees. These are your special angles. You can rotate by 90, 180, 270, or 360s. Notice there are quarter turn, half turn, 3/4 of a turn, or a full turn of 360. We have direction, which is clockwise or counterclockwise. Notice in this image, you are rotating in this direction that is opposite to the clock. So we call that counterclockwise. All these vocabs, make sure that you have it in your vocab section. And lastly, you have the center of rotation. In this case, the center is this point right here. And we're going to be talking about this a lot in class, okay? So you have, for a rotation, an angle of rotation and a direction. And it looks like this picture. Always will look like this. What do you think you're going to have to use in order to construct a rotation? How would we find these lines? What tools would we use to construct a rotation? Let's say of 60 degrees. Okay? So that's what we're going to be seeing tomorrow. Make sure you have all your notes.